Assalamualaikum. We continue back on revision June 2018 question 2 part 10. Okay, so now we can start plotting the magnitude plot first based on the board table. So for magnitude, I use purple color, so refer to the purple line. So based on the first part of the table, until here is the magnitude table. Okay, so locate number 14, which is the starting point for the magnitude plot. In this case, it is positive 52 dB. So you mark this is, okay, this is 40, this is 50, this is 60. So 52 is here. So 52, 54, 56, 58 and 80. So one box is 2 dB. So 52 here, you mark this one. And then start plot magnitude slope starting from this one. The first, with the starting frequency of the magnitude plot 0.1 until 3. Okay, the slope is negative 20. So from 52 until 1, okay, you draw the negative 20 dB first for 1 decade. Okay, so this is 1 decade. From 0.1 until 1 is 1 decade. From 52 until 32, this is negative 20. Negative 20 meaning that you need to go down to get negative slope. If it is positive, you need to go up to get positive slope. So since this is negative slope, so you need to go down. So this is 52 minus 20 dB, you have 32. At 0.1, it is 52. Okay, at 0.1 radian per second, y coordinate is 52. At 1 radian per second, the coordinate is 32 because 52 minus negative 20 dB because we want this slope, negative 20 dB per decade. So you draw the line of negative 20 dB per decade, but this slope is until 3. From 0.1 until 3 radian per second, the slope is negative 20. So this slope, you extend or you drag until 3. This is 3. Okay, so you have negative 20 dB per decade from 0.1 until 3 radian per second. From 0.1 until 3 radian per second, the slope is negative 20 dB per decade. Okay, from 0.1 until 3 radian per second, the slope is negative 20 dB per decade. So you plot this one between this point, 0.1 at 52 dB, and at this point, 1 radian per second at 32 dB. So you have this slope, and then you drag the line until 3 radian per second at negative 22 dB. You write this one. Read this coordinate at negative 22 dB. Okay. So for the next one, from 3 until 60, you have negative 40 dB per decade. So just one at 3, we stop at 22 dB. Okay. So you start drawing the negative 40 dB slope at 22 dB at 3 radian per second. Okay, 3 radian per second at 22 dB. You minus 22 by negative 40. Okay, you minus 22 minus negative 40 because we need this slope. So it should end at negative 18 dB at 30 radian per second. From 3 until 30 is 1 decade. To get 40 dB per decade, we need to minus 40. At the last point, we stop here. So 22 minus 40, you get negative 18 at 30 radian per second. So for this one, between this one, you draw the slope. You get negative 40 dB per decade. Since this negative 40 dB per decade is the slope between 3 to 60, so you drag this one until 60 radian per second and you stop here. Clear? Okay. Then the next slope, the last one, is larger than 60 radian per second. The slope is negative 60 until the end. Okay, so the last one, we stop here at 60 radian per second, we have negative 40 dB per decade. So 60 dB per decade, negative 60 dB per decade until the end. Okay. Since this is almost the end of the semi-log paper, so you can set this negative 60 dB per decade up here. So from 60, we extend back until 6. So 6 until 60 is 1 decade. Okay, so here we stop at 60 dB, we stop at negative 30. Okay, this one is negative 30. We stop at negative 30, so we extend 1 decade back, 1 decade before 60. So this one should be negative 60. So you stop at negative 30 dB. So it should be at positive 30 dB. At 6 radian per second at 30 dB. You plot this 60 dB per decade until 60 radian per second. So you get 1 decade from 6 until 60 radian per second. And then it stopped at negative 30 dB. So you have this Y length is equal to negative 60 dB. So this slope is negative 60 dB per decade. But you do not want to plot it here. Okay, this is just a reference. So you plot it from 60 radian per second and above, the slope is negative 60. The real magnitude plot 60 dB per decade is started from from 60 radian per second until the end of x-axis of your semi-log graph paper. Okay, and this is the complete magnitude plot. So you can erase, or you can just let it be this dash line. This reference is you draw with dash line because this is not the real magnitude plot. This is the real magnitude plot. Negative 20 dB, negative 40 dB per decade, and the last one is negative 60 dB. In my case, I erase this one. Okay, so this is the complete magnitude plot. Started with 52 dB. From 0.1 until 30, from 0.1 until 30, the slope is negative 20. From 0.1 until 3, the slope is negative 20 dB per decade. From 3 until 60, the slope is negative 40. From 3 until 60, the slope is negative 40. Okay, can you differentiate between negative 20 dB and negative 40 dB? Okay, if you do it accurately, you can differentiate between the different slope in the magnitude plot. And larger than 60 radian per second, the slope is negative 60. Larger than 60 radian per second, the slope is negative 60 dB per decade until the end. So that's complete our magnitude plot. So we continue next for the phase plot in the next video. Thank you.